Could it be true? Could we have a functioning smart bulb for under $10? We got that coming up. What's up, guys, and welcome to Top Shelf Media. And Costco for the win. A buddy of mine found these smart bulbs at Costco for $19.99 for a 2-pack, giving you the opportunity to start your smart home journey for $9.99 a bulb. And the question is, do they work? And that's what we're gonna figure out here today. These smart bulbs are made by Feit Electric and use their own app, which we will get to here in a minute. Looking at the packaging, we can tell that this is a Wi-Fi based bulb that runs on the 2.4 gigahertz network, just like most other smart home devices. Because of this, you also have remote access to control these lights. They work with the Amazon Assistant, which we will not name, as well as Siri and Google Home. They are dimmable with a max brightness of 800 lumens. They have the ability to change color temperature from 2700 to 6500K, and they have RGB. Okay, let's go ahead, open these up, and check out the build quality. They have this like perforated edge here. Well, that didn't work all that well. Okay, first off, these directions are a little intimidating. They're front and back, you know, small pictures, a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot. It is a lot. We are going to go ahead and do a walkthrough of how to set these bulbs up without the instructions and just kind of see how it goes. Yeah, this is, yeah, no, not happening. But we are looking at build quality, so let's go ahead and pull one of these bad boys out. Initial reaction feels a little cheap. It has that cheap, light feeling plastic that it's made out of. I know I've talked about on this channel before having that, you know, false sense of security maybe, that a heavier product is a better built product. Not necessarily always the case. Like I said, could be a false sense of security, but it kind of gives you that sense of security. However, it is $19.99 for a 2-pack, so I would not expect them to put a lot of money into making this product, so that kind of makes sense. But it does kind of have that light plasticky feel to it. You know, if I dropped it, it would either fall to the ground and break or just float down like a feather. I really don't know. It is really quite light. Okay, so I've downloaded the app and created my profile, and at first glance, this app kind of looks like the Smart Life app. Now, I don't remember what bulb I used that for on this channel, but I know I've used the app before, and this kind of has similar features. But let's go ahead and get a bulb added to this app so we can see how well it functions. Okay, so we're ready to add this bulb to the app. So it's plugged in, it obviously has power, and it seems like it's just gonna do this indefinitely until I add it to the app. So let's go ahead, we're gonna hit add device, and I wanna go to lighting, let's say lighting device, and we will confirm that it is blinking on and off. So let's say confirm, adding it to my network here. Who knows? This could take a while. Oh, that's a plus. I'm not going to have a seizure now watching this light. Perfect. Okay, so it is now in the app. Now I can, at this point, I could register it to my Echo or my Google Home, so that way I can use this using my Google device or using an Amazon product. But I'm going to just go ahead for now and hit done. We didn't need those instructions. Those are ridiculous. Now, granted, there's just more than just adding the bulb on those instructions. There's how to add it to Google and stuff, but it seems like the app is gonna walk us through that ourselves. Now, let's go ahead and just kind of take a look at this app and see how well the app and the light function together. Okay, so looking at the app, it seems like it's pretty easy to function. Pulling this up and down here will cause the light dim. You can actually bring it all the way down to off, or you can even hit 1%, which is surprising for some of these cheaper bulbs. So that's 1%. Took me a while to get there. This is not the easiest thing to navigate up and down to select a specific percent, but you have the option if you just have a little bit of patience. Also, you can come in here and, like I said, change your color temperature. So here's white. Here is daylight white, which adds a little bit more blue to it. which tends to be kind of the lighting I use in here. So it's gonna match in here a lot better with this color than it will with, obviously, with, as we saw with the yellow. And we're still down to 1% here. So if I bring the daylight all the way up to 100%, here's what we're looking at here, as well as going back to that white. Here's what we're looking at there. You can also come in here and it has your most recent color. So if I click that, it'll change it to the most recent color that I selected. Down here, they have a couple of other things. So you have tunable, which means that I can come in here and kind of select my color temperature rather than having just the 3 in that main screen there. I can come in here and say, okay, I want to go really blue with this white. I can come in here and go, okay, I want to go really yellow with this white, and it'll change it there. In here, you can come in here and pick all your different colors. So let's go ahead and just go purple, see how that looks. You can't really tell with the other lighting in here, so we'll do a shot of this stuff up against the wall here just to do a lighting test, just to kind of see how it fills up the room here shortly. But let's keep walking through this app. Next, we have the effect. So now I can come in here and do a strobing effect, and it'll change through colors, I'm guessing. Who knows? Okay, there it goes. So yeah, it's gonna change through colors. They have this solid strobe. I don't know what the difference is between this one and the strobe effect. But it looks like here, I'm just seeing this, you can come in here and maybe edit this. Okay, so we can turn up the speed. See if that changes it for the strobe effect. Oh, but it's a solid strobe. So it's gonna be one solid color. Let's go to strobe effect here. Turn up the speed, so it changes it a lot faster. There you go. So you can do that. Now the next thing you can do is do music. It'll change to music. Obviously, it's just kind of changing to my voice right now. But let's go ahead, let's turn on some music and see how it sounds. As you can see, it's really not the most reliable effect. It was kind of off. I mean, it was kind of cool. It's not something that I think I would really ever use, but it's on there. So thought I'd show you guys, kind of what it looks like. And then obviously we could do schedule. And all you have to do is add a schedule here, I'm assuming. So if I say I want it to come on at this time, turn off at this time, should be fairly straightforward. It looks like you can set up a repeat, so maybe it'll do it every day, or maybe Monday through Friday, or maybe just on the weekends. So it seems like it should be pretty easy. Okay, next I think we probably need to set it up and just kind of see brightness wise how it looks when it's the only light in the room. Okay, so this is what it looks like with this light being the only light source in this room. And I know I say this on every video that I do for light bulbs, but it does look better in person than it does on camera. It really does fill out the room fairly well. Let's go ahead and look at white and then the soft white. Okay, so we see a pretty good difference there. Like I mentioned, we can come over here and go to tunable, and we can come over here and pick basically what color of white we want. So just dial it in a little bit more than just the 3 options. We have our colors. Color-wise, like I said, I mention this too every time I do a video. Colors don't always come out great on smart bulbs like this. As you can see, we lose a lot of light once we change it to blue, or we go to green, or we go to red. So it's really not that great color-wise. So it doesn't look terrible. It looks fine. Like I said, it looks better in person than it does on camera. 9 times out of 10, you're not buying these lights to use on camera. You're buying them to look at in real life. So let's go ahead and move on to effect, and this is the effects that I was talking about. We don't really need to go through these. We already talked about these, but that is really it. Now, if I go back here, I can turn the light on and off. Right here, I can add more lights, but that's really all we really need to look at with this light. We've already looked at most of it. I'm gonna stop that strobe there. Let's change it back to daylight just to be a little bit easier. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Let's go ahead. I want to compare it. It is 800 lumens. Let's see what this bulb looks like compared to a Philips Hue bulb. Okay, so this is both bulbs on. So on the left, we have the Feit Electric. On the right, we have the Philips Hue bulb. So let's go ahead and just turn off the Feit Electric bulb, Okay, so this is kind of our baseline. I know I've never really done a brightness test in this room before, so we want to see this is what it looks like with the 800 lumen Philips Hue bulbs in this room. Okay, so if I then switch to just the Feit Electric bulb, I think it looks very similar. So they're both supposed to be 800 lumens, and I think, yeah, I think the Feit Electric bulb does its job, which makes me wonder, why pay for a Philips Hue bulb when this bulb, you can get 4 of them for the price of a Philips Hue bulb, right? I mean, it makes more sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna keep using Philips Hue. I have a bunch of their bulbs already. I'm gonna keep buying new products for them to test out. But for around the house, if you're just starting a smart home journey, why not pick this bulb over the Philips Hue bulb? I think it makes way more sense. 4 bulbs for the price of 1. But now that we've looked at white, let's go ahead and look at color. We'll look at a couple colors here just to get a brightness test, just to kind of see where these 2 bulbs lie. Okay, here's blue Philips Hue in just this room. Like I mentioned earlier, doesn't fill the room as much on camera as it does in person, but this is what we're working with. So here is the blue Philips Hue bulb, and here's the blue Feit Electric bulb. I do see a little bit of a difference in the blue colors. I think Philips Hue is a little brighter of a blue, but this does still fill out the room fairly well here in person. Let's change now to green. Okay, here is Philips Hue green. Here is the Feit Electric green. And I would say Philips Hue green, again, I think fills out a little bit more, have a little bit more color with that, but very, very similar. I do not think there is much of a difference between these 2 bulbs. Okay, I know this video wasn't a comparison between the Feit Electric bulbs and the Philips Hue bulbs, but I feel like if I didn't already have a bunch of Philips Hue bulbs or a bunch of different types of smart bulbs already, I would definitely consider picking these up and using them throughout my house. I think they did a very good job. Like I mentioned, the app is a little so-so, but if you're going to be controlling them via Google, that's not really going to be a factor. You can add them to Google, use them that way. And so I feel like these are a very, very good option, especially for someone who's just starting a smart home journey and wants to start with smart lights and smart bulbs. This is definitely the way to go. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and ringing that bell to get notified when I post new content. If you guys like this video and want to see more videos from me, YouTube thinks you'll like that one right there, so go check that out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.